Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to Storytime, DC vs. Marvel. For decades, fans had debated who was stronger, Superman or the Hulk. Could Batman take Captain America in a fistfight? On and on, the debate was endless, and then in 1996 we finally got some answers. Competition in the comics industry has never been as angry or vitriolic at the executive and artistic levels as it has been on the ground in the fandoms. Both DC and Marvel realized by that point that they only benefited by the other existing, and this crossover was the culmination of a pattern of DC-Marvel crossovers such as Batman, Captain America, and Green Lantern Silver Surfer, which had all done well over the previous few years. And it not only made sense for both companies to do, it did profit both sides in the end. DC and Marvel shared writing, drawing, publishing, and all sales split 50-50, as far as we know. Both companies would each publish one 4-issue miniseries following up on the event as well, with time in between them so they weren't competing. It's a unique story in all of comics and will very likely never happen again or ever make its way to the screen. I think a Justice League vs. Avengers movie may be someday, but never the full glory of DC vs. Marvel. Now the summary. Axel Asher has always been a man of two worlds without knowing it. He becomes the access point between the DC and the Marvel universes, able to move between them at will to return people to where they belong after crossovers happen, by accident it would seem. The two universes are also two brothers, entities of unimaginable size existing on a higher plane where they are personified, and alone, save for each other. When the two brothers become aware of one another, though, they must go to war, for each can only imagine existing alone. Rather than fight the battle themselves, though, they opt for a less destructive game, a series of matches between their greatest champions with only a losing universe facing oblivion. And for all the power battle junkies out there, the matches are only fought to a standstill, not defeat. You only have to immobilize the enemy for a second to win. So I wouldn't go around quoting this as a source in any arguments. You most of all, I beg you, try to just have fun with this. Especially since the top 5 contests, and thus the outcome of the event, were decided by mail-in fan votes, so it literally was just a popularity contest. Now, let's begin. The man in the Spider-Man costume is not Peter Parker, but his clone, Ben Reilly. Look up maximum clonage if you want to know why. Manhattan. I love this town. Just when you've had it. When you think you can't take any more from the Big Apple, it gives you an honest-to-God quiet night for a change. Nights like this, I know I did the right thing coming back to New York and getting my life together. Putting on the costume again. Well, a costume anyway. Maybe without the mask I'm still going by the name Ben Reilly, but this is who I really am. Feels good being Spider-Man. Ah, no. Come on, don't ruin my night. It's too peaceful for my spider sense to be going off. Nothing in the alley but a grubby-looking guy in a cardboard box. What kind of danger could I be detecting? Hold on. Why is the box glowing? Never seen anything like... Hey! Got hit, but I didn't feel anything. Spider-Man is struck by a beam of golden light, and he vanishes. Jeez. Somebody setting off fireworks in that alley, or what? You okay, man?
Too soon. It's starting, but at least you're here. It's all coming together, boy. I need your help.
Look, I don't want any part of whatever's going on in there. I'm gone already, okay? Axel walks quickly away from the alley with the mysterious bum in his glowing cardboard box. Whoa, that guy was warped. The last thing I need is to get tangled up with some crazy dude. Ouch. Felt strange for a second, and it's raining all of a sudden. Where am I? No. The question is, who are you? Spider-Man, I presume. You changed tailors since last we tangoed. Huh? I've never seen you before in my life, laughing boy. Since when is a circus in New York? New York? Dear boy, this fair gem is Gotham, famed far and wide for its flying rodents and murderous, disfigured psychotics. I don't know what you're talking about. What's a Gotham? What's a Gotham? Oh, that's good. That's rich. Reminds me of a joke. Actually, everything reminds me of a joke. But that's not the point. You are in Gotham. If you don't know that much, you have a serious reality problem. And I would know. Yeah, I'm beginning to think you would. What's a clown doing on top of a building in a downpour, anyway? Oh, I thought I might blow it up. But fireworks are so abysmally dull in the rain. Aha, you're a riot. Look, something pretty weird here, and I'd like some questions answered. You haven't even told me who you are. My card. Count yourself lucky I'm more fond of bugs than I am of bats. So much for the lovely evening I had planned. I could just kill the weatherman. There's a thought. Ta! The mysterious clown jumps off the building. No! Are you insane? Somebody please tell me what's going on here. Westchester.
Back down, monsieur. We done this dance too often. Let him come, Cajun. Me and Marco always got business to finish. All the X-Men can't stop the Juggernaut, Wolverine. What chance you, Gambit, and Storm got? None. Which is how much breathing you're gonna be doing in about 2 seconds, shortstop. Marco, what's...
The golden light hits Juggernaut, and he is gone.
Hey, where'd the runt go?
Where'd I go? Superman knocks down the Juggernaut with one punch. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but I do know you're in the wrong place, mister. Manhattan.
That should hold it. Can't have no more crossing over. The two of them get together. Ugh, don't even want to think about what had happened then. Don't want to... No, it's still happening. Hold it back, please. There's got to be some way. Hold it back.
But the light cannot be held back any more than destiny can be denied, and it bursts out in every direction. Captain America is hit by the golden light as he fights Hydra agents attacking the Statue of Liberty, and he disappears. Wonder Woman has just supported a collapsing bridge with her great strength and bent metal when she too is struck by the light, and then she is gone. The Hulk is perhaps the best he has ever been, the brain of Bruce Banner in total control of the body of the Hulk. He is collecting firewood with Betty Ross when the light finds him and takes him away. Superboy is showing off for the babes on the beach in Hawaii and his friend, WGPS reporter Tana Moon, when a golden ray he wasn't counting on appears, and Superboy is collected as well. Lobo is in the midst of a bar fight when he is taken, very likely saving the lives of every living being in the building. Westchester. Are saying he simply disappeared? No sign of him at all? None whatsoever, Professor. The three of us were engaged with Juggernaut when the shaft of light struck him, and he faded away. The light seemed to come from nowhere. If I might interject, I tried matching trace readings I took in the area to known transportational or temporal signatures on file in the computer system. No matches. Nothing even remotely similar. Which means what, Henry? Scientifically, he just disappeared. One of the great tragedies of my life is that my stepbrother has been among our deadliest enemies. We have an obligation to find out what happened to him, and why.
I say good riddance, Chuck. Let Marco be somebody else's problem.
Logan, you know we cannot turn our backs on anyone, mutant or human. If we do so, we are no better than... Goddess! This is it! The same light! Gambit, Storm, and Wolverine are taken by the light. All three of them gone, Professor! Right in front of me, and I can't even begin to explain it. What's going on here? I'm afraid, Scott, we should be asking, who's next? Green Lantern, Elektra, Flash, Thor, Aquaman, Silver Surfer, Captain Marvel, the Submariner, Quicksilver, Catwoman. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how you got in here, but we can end this without anyone getting hurt. But first, you have to put down the knife and let the boy go. No, I want answers now. What's going on? There's this light, and I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm here in this cave, and I don't know how I got here. So you tell me. You tell me where I am. You tell me who you are. If you hurt the boy, I'm your worst nightmare. I am the Batman. Uh-huh. Bullseye doesn't scare. Bullseye doesn't miss either, especially at this range. You start spouting answers, or the kid's gonna be gone. Huh. Ah. Robin elbows Bullseye in the neck and escapes as Batman throws his batarang. You wanna play catch? Catch. Bullseye still catches the batarang and throws it back at Batman. Ducked it, but I never miss. Nobody's fast enough to... Whew. Batman uppercuts Bullseye. You hit even harder than Daredevil. Whoom. Bullseye falls to the floor. Make sure you have Alfred put antiseptic on that cut, Robin. Should have known better than to pull that stunt. I had the situation under control. I'm sure you did, but I was the one he was poking with the knife. Calls himself Bullseye. I've never heard of him. How could he have gotten into the Batcave?
I don't know. He's not one of Gotham's usual rogues gallery, and he seemed more surprised by his presence here than we were. Obviously, something strange is occurring, but I'm at a loss to... Robin! Tim! The golden light takes Robin. What's happening to you?
Jubes, were you expecting a boy to be delivered? Nope, but I like his fashion sense already.
Metropolis. Kent! Where the devil's Clark Kent? I need that story now!
Well, I'm sure he's just checking facts, or maybe...
Somebody looking for me? Planet's a daily, Kent, not a weekly. Maybe the word deadline didn't hold much meaning for you before, but now that I'm the editor around here, you'll get your stories in on time. People are coping with all the weirdness going on out there. They want to know what's happening. We're going to find out and tell them. Or my name is J. Jonah Jameson. I'll get right on it, and this is a non-smoking building, Chief. I'll smoke anywhere I want to, Kent, and don't call me Chief. He's certainly got a different style than Perry.
That's an understatement. I wish we could find out more about this mysterious publisher who took over the planet and forced out Perry.
With everything else that's been going on, we can't let that be our main concern. I suppose it's possible there's a connection.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how's life treating Jimmy Olsen now that he's a hotshot TV reporter?
Busy. WGS sent me to do the story on Perry's firing. By the way, front desk wants somebody to show around a new photog. Are you free? I'll do it. Oh, Clark, I pulled a photo off the wire for you. It's on your desk. See ya, Clark.
Got it. Take care, Jimmy. Steel battling some kind of absorbing man, I guess, in Washington. Another unfamiliar face. Another incident among all the others. Somehow. It must all add up. By Clark Kent, Planet Reporter. What's happening? Everyone from school children to Superman is asking the same question as our reality inexplicably changes around us. Nothing apparently is safe. Not the buildings in which we live and work, not the people we know and love, not even the heroes upon whom we depend. Among the most visible reminders of our suddenly unstable reality are the disappearances of familiar costumed heroes, coupled with appearances of new and different ones, sporting names like Captain America or Daredevil, the Man Without Fear. We concern ourselves with heroes because they are mirrors in which we see ourselves. Their reactions during this crisis reflect the range of our reactions. Some face threats posed by unfamiliar villains as bravely as ever, while encounters between those more likely to be considered anti-heroes have erupted in violence bred of fear or confusion. Although misunderstanding has led to blows in some cases, more often we have risen above our differences, united by a spirit of learning, or friendship, or teamwork. We all want to find a cause for our fractured reality, and we have no answers. So all of us, from superhero to common man, are left to fight our individual battles. Heroes, both familiar and unfamiliar, battle new menaces, while the rest of us fight the battle of everyday lives buffeted by forces beyond our control. We must hope that in trying to win these battles, we're not losing a more epic war we don't yet understand. What transpires here? The universe itself ripples with disturbance. I sense the workings of forces I have never before encountered, powers which make me inconsequential by comparison. Events are being set in motion that not even the specter can stop. The cosmic balance tilts, and for the first time I cannot right it. But what could exist that is mighty enough to thwart the will of the living tribunal? I fear something is terribly wrong. Included with this issue, and available at comic shops in advance, was a ballot to fill out and mail in, as well as a listing of other means to vote. A purchase was not required to vote, so it would be more fair. I'll show you how I voted once we get closer to the fights, which are all in issue 3, but for now I encourage you to vote along and pick your favorites, or pick who you think should win each of the 5 main battles. The Daily Planet and Daily Bugle continue to merge, and J. Jonah Jameson has sent the team of reporter Clark Kent and photographer Peter Parker to cover the battle between Killer Croc and Wolverine. Both men think to themselves that they need to ditch their partner without suspicion and change into their superhero identities. There have been any number of times when Axel Asher has felt the need to move on, to roam, to continue his search for that goal which he cannot even name. In the past, it's always been a more subtle feeling, but fewer things are less subtle than having a manhole cover almost decapitate you. Axel's ready to max the cash from his checking account and blow town. Unfortunately, the automatic teller machine is disinclined to cooperate. Account not recognized? What is this?
Stop spitting out my card, you stupid... Wait a minute. I don't know this area of town, but why does that alleyway seem awfully familiar?
Finally, got your tail back here. Took long enough.
What is that?
For crying out loud, when there's a universe to save, you can't stop for exposition.
Elsewhere, Thanos, consort of death, watches the potentially cataclysmic fluctuations of the universe, and smiles. A smile that is only dimmed by the light of a swiftly fading boom tube. I have to break this to you now. This Darkseid versus Thanos fight is teased through the whole thing, but it's interrupted before a single punch is thrown. Sorry. While on Earth, some Earth...
Don't force me to have to hurt you, Bane. The warnings of the shield slinger are much appreciated. Almost as much as his abysmal aim.
Captain America throws his shield at Bane, who ducks it as he charges in. Excuse me, sir. I don't understand. I was in the store yesterday, and none of this stuff was here. What happened to the display of X-Men stuff? What's X-Men? Croc and Wolverine smash through the store window. This is nuts. I know Croc is bad news, but the guy he's slugging with might be just as bad. I'll have to take them both down before anything else happens. Gambit prepares to ambush Nightwing. Goddess! No, Amazon. Storm and Wonder Woman meet in the sky. Elsewhere, Cap's shield arcs through the air.
You've thrown away what slight advantage your weapon might have provided, exposing yourself to a back-breaking attack that would leave you crippled and useless. I wonder, stranger, what sort of pathetic strategy you would call that?
It slams into the back of Bane's head. Bang! The kind that works. Now, no more backtalk from you. He's been tracking the lizard-like individual for some blocks now. The lizard, for the moment, seems content to survey his new surroundings rather than act upon them. The Batman does not expect that to last. But then something else draws his attention, and in making a decision as to where his priorities must lie, he'll err on the side of former partners. For one Robin has already vanished this day, and he'll not lose another, even if that Robin is now calling himself Nightwing. Batman abandons hunting the lizard to help Nightwing fight Gambit. New York. Gotham. Wherever.
So, you came back. Should have recognized you when you came poking around before. Must be getting senile. So you gonna help or not?
Wait, what? What is that?
Duct tape. First law of the universe. Can never have too much duct tape.
No, I mean that light. What's...
Cripes. Get back. It's too late.
Cajun tagged me pretty good. When I came around, they'd run off. Probably miles from here by now.
Think so, Nightwing?
Huh? Gambit and Wolverine drive off in the Batmobile. Hey, those dirty... man, I told you to buy that club, but no.
Nice set of wheels. We'll get us back to Westchester in no time. Maybe Charlie can help us figure out what's going on.
Perfect. Just perfect. It just makes you wonder, what else can go wrong today? Mole Man and his moloids are invading the Batcave. Calm down, Dick. I feel the best way to see where they came from is to see where they go. We'll track them easily. With any luck, we'll even get a clue to Robin's whereabouts. God only knows what sort of danger he's in. Wow. Have I told you how much I love your fashion sense? Only like 30 times.
Logan, what's wrong? Lord almighty. Senses feel like they're getting blown out the back of my head. Can't. This is it, kid. I tried to hold it back. Tried to do the job I've had for ages, but it's no good. The brothers have noticed each other. The battle's joined. Ain't nothing you or I can do now except hold on and try not to go nuts from what you're about to see.
See? See what? And then, real unreality floods him, and he hears a million voices as one. In the beginning, there were two entities, brothers, although they were also sisters, sexless, and everything in between. They were yin and yang, good and evil, the Manu. They encompassed the whole of everything except each other. Each was simply me. Once before, they came together in battle, unleashing forces that ended and then began all creation over again. In the explosion of death and rebirth, the brothers were blasted apart, Their shattered essence fractured the newborn universe into a multiverse. Fragments of their essence blew in all directions, and as the universe spread ever outward, so did the brothers. It took them eons just to remember they had consciousness. They had to think before they could be. And in all that time, their memory of each other had vanished. But now, due to recent cosmos-shaking events that tore the fabric of the universe and redefined reality, the brothers had become aware of each other once more. Once again realizing that each was no longer me, but us. They could not exist with their lack of uniqueness. Nor was either one whole, for in their centuries-ago battle, some of each of them wound up in each other's universe. Both of them desired to be whole and unique, but they had learned the futility of a head-to-head struggle. However, in observing and understanding the existence of their respective cosmic guardians, the Spectre and the Living Tribunal, they have hit upon a solution. Based upon their beliefs that each of their respective universes is intrinsically superior to the others, they will pit their respective superpowered beings against each other in a war to end all wars, and end one universe. The problem is that some of these creations are so powerful a battle could continue forever with no true conclusion. So the rules are simple. Whoever immobilizes the other first, in each instance, wins. The equivalent in Earth wrestling of pinning one's opponent. Whichever side loses the most matches, vanishes forever. Each pair of heroes will be summoned when it is their time to a place of battle, and battle they must, for if they refuse, then nothing can stop the brothers from going to war themselves. And if that happens, it means the end of everything.
Did you see that? Did you understand what just...
Of course I saw and understood. Everyone in existence did. I've always known, just as you always have.
I don't get it. How is this possible? This box? What is it?
Remember the brothers lost parts of themselves in the Big Bang. Shards, you might call it. These shards take different forms. Some of them collected to become vortexes of barely containable power, creating interdimensional gateways, like this one here. Other shards became parts of living beings, souls, if you will, beings in various states of self-knowledge, always seeking purpose in life, never happy, always wandering, certain they're part of a greater whole, but never knowing what part or what whole. Many go nuts or destroy themselves. Few spend their lives wandering and unfulfilled. And every so often, one or two become aware, like me and you.
Thor faces Captain Marvel, who nowadays is perhaps better known as Shazam. So, we understand the stakes for which we fight. I would wish it otherwise.
Me too. If I might ask, who are you?
Thor, son of Odin, god of thunder. And you?
Captain Marvel, with the strength of Hercules, the power of Zeus, the speed of Mercury.
I see. Well, Captain, at a moment like this, there is only one appropriate thing for those possessing the power of gods to do. And they do. They pray.
Place your bets right here on Captain Marvel kicking butt, right, Rick? Forget it, Snapper. No way Thor goes down.
This is nuts. Instead of fighting, we should be finding a way to make those cosmic babies work and play nice together. Captain Marvel punches Thor with the strength of Hercules. I agree, but if we refuse to do battle, we will never have the time to search for that solution. Oof! Thor responds with his magic hammer. Captain Marvel flies into a Ferris wheel. He lifts it out of the ground and hurls it upward at Thor like a flying discus. Thor slams it back down with his hammer.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Can't be immobilized, even for a second. Shazam!
The Ferris wheel crashes into Captain Marvel, and he transforms to Billy Batson rather than be immobilized. Thor can relate to this condition, as he once had to transform into the lame Dr. Donald Blake. Billy calls on his lightning again with his magic word. Thor is the master of lightning, and he intercepts Billy's transformative bolt with Mjolnir. He wins the battle, but the blast has blown his hammer away, to where he does not know.
What in the world? It looks like an ancient Norse battle hammer. And this inscription, whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. If he be worthy? I don't understand. Worthy is an awfully subjective word. How does one determine worthiness to possess the power of... Ah!
Elsewhere, Aquaman faces Namor, the Submariner.
Stay still, fool, so I can end this quickly and spare you serious harm.
I would love to. You're so muscle-bound and slow that I just can't help dodging.
How lost you the hand, pray tell? Did it snap off from your having patted yourself on the back too often?
Face facts, pointy ears. We're too evenly matched. At this rate, neither of us will ever land a... I believe the word he sought was punch. The Flash faces Quicksilver.
Did Dad? That whole weird thing with those gods? Did you?
Yeah, kid, I did. It was like dreaming while I was awake. In all my years, I never seen nothing like...
That, Dad? Do you see that?
Geez, a tornado! Oof, the Flash? You're fast, Quicksilver, I'll give you that. In your universe, you might even be the fastest man alive. But the fastest car in the world still looks like a snail next to an SST. Too bad we have to beat each other's throats. We'd be better as friends than enemies. I have more than enough of both. What I need is a triumph so my universe can survive.
Well, don't shoot the messenger, but your universe is in serious trouble. Uh-oh. The truck slams on the brake to avoid hitting the Flash and Quicksilver, and it jackknifes.
Dad, we're not gonna make it!
Flash rescues the man and boy from the truck before it explodes.
Excuse me. Took some more smoke. Hey, look out!
Ooh! Quicksilver hits Flash with a flurry of punches.
What a wonderful triumph this will be, taking down an opponent after he risked life and limb to save others. Even taking joy in it because I was angry to find someone faster than I. Some friend I would have been, even if things had worked out.
Flash recovers and unleashes a greater flurry on Quicksilver. Almost had me there, fella. Ooh! But he who hesitates is lost. The Flash has defeated Quicksilver. Still elsewhere. Aquaman lands on the surface.
Look out, swimmer!
What? Is the Mariner? You purport to be an Atlantean king, eh, Aquaman? I am neither amused nor impressed by you. You know, at my worst, I was morose. But you're really insufferable, Namor. Must be the job. Surrender, Atlantean imposter! Surrender, Atlantean imposter! Save us time so we can return to our respective peers and develop an alternative plan. As it stands, your strength is no match for mine. Aha, but fortunately I'm loaded with charm. Aquaman fires his hook hand, wrapping Namor in its retractable cable. Bad news is, the cord is unbreakable. Good news is, I'm dazzled by your coiffure. Blonde buffoon! Unbreakable to you, perhaps, but not to a true scion of Atlantis. Well, I've done plenty of scion in Atlantis, too.
Plenty of... What are you, an idiot? Have you no respect for the state for which we battle?
Respect? Namor, if I dwell on it too much, I'll curl up into a ball until it's over. You'll pardon me if I keep my sanity and focus my own way. And pardon me if I finish this farce, for you are helpless, and I am hardly immobilized.
Worm!
Aquaman commands a whale to land on Namor. Now you're immobilized. That's your weakness, Namor. You're too noble to cheat. Again, they tease that Darkseid Thanos fight. I'll remind you it never happens. Shameless. The box glows brighter as Wonder Woman stands empowered by Thor's magic hammer, and the brothers look on. This tally was printed with this issue. The green X's show the way I voted back in 1996. I was 15, and I totally just picked my favorites. Who agreed with me? Next issue is when it all gets settled, so if you're keeping score at home, get ready.
Dear Diary. Been a while, huh? Sorry I haven't written. To tell you the truth, things have been kind of crazy. Well, tell you the truth, things have been way crazy. Like the whole universe is coming to an end crazy. It's already started. Thor defeated this guy called Captain Marvel, but Namor lost to Aquaman. And Quicksilver couldn't outrun the Flash. So right now we're losing 2-1. It's weird. Creepy weird, I mean. How people are reacting. Treating this like it's the Super Bowl or something. Maybe it's easier to do that than to really think about the consequences. Sort of whistling in the dark. But you want to know the worst thing? I finally find the right guy. I mean, Mr. Right.
Jubilee? I've been looking for you. This place is bigger than I thought.
Oh, Robin, hi. Yeah, it's like that with fully interactive biospheres. Danger grottos for short. This waiting's driving me nuts. I was wondering if you wanted to go for a walk. Yeah, sounds great. I was just catching up my diary. Didn't know when or if I'd get the chance again. Give me a minute to finish up. Gotta go now, diary. Ready? You bet. Put on my brave face and my famous toot. Otherwise, everybody might see how scared I really am. Hope this isn't the end, diary. But if it is, well, it's been fun. Love, Jubilee.
The golden light takes them. This is it. I guess it's time.
A balloon warehouse? What's up with that? I would have rather stayed in the danger grotto. Not quite so spooky in there.
I'd wish you luck and all, but, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Okay, so, whatever happens, happens.
Let's get this over with.
Let's!
Jubilee opens with her fireworks, which Robin easily evades.
I almost feel like this isn't fair. You don't have any powers.
Who says I need 'em? He slips into the shadows.
Come on, where'd you go? I know I can win this thing. If I can just find him. There you are.
Jubilee attacks a shape in the shadows. Robin ties Jubilee up with a batarang and a rope.
Hey, that was your cape. You tricked me.
I had a heck of a teacher.
But I didn't even... I can't believe it.
You okay? Not too tight, is it?
No, it's just... I lost. You didn't even have to land a punch. That's so lame.
God, no. I was never planning to hit you.
You weren't? That's sweet. You are planning on untying me, though, right, handsome?
Well, since you put it that way. Deep space. Green Lantern Kyle Rayner faces the Silver Surfer. Man, I don't want to be doing this. Nor is it to my liking, Green Lantern, but this combat between us is necessary. In the past, you and I have preserved our two universes by acting together. Now we attempt to save at least one by battling each other. The cosmic beings who command us are the most powerful entities I've ever encountered. Even my former Master Galactus pales before them.
I'm not saying we have a choice, Surfer. I'm just saying I don't like it. But I'll do everything I can to win.
As must I. The victory is mine, yet never have I more regretted an opponent's defeat. The Silver Surfer has defeated the young and very inexperienced Green Lantern. If they had fought later in Kyle's career, who can say what would have happened? Gotham. Catwoman, the thief, faces Elektra, the assassin.
First blood to you, Catwoman. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Nobody ever accused me of being a hero, so why was I picked as a champion?
Elektra throws aside Catwoman, who dodges it and whips Elektra's arm.
And forgive me for saying so, but you don't strike me as a hero type either, Elektra. Not carrying around blades like those. I've always had a thing for whips myself. Such a wide range of uses, if you know what.
Elektra yanks Selina off the steel beam.
Huh? Strong little thing, aren't you? I am an assassin. I kill my opponents gladly. Yeah, well, don't go to any extra trouble on my account. But our combat was not of my choosing. I won't slay you merely to appease the beings who forced this battle.
Elektra cuts Selina free and she falls into a pit of sand.
But I will win.
Elektra has defeated Catwoman. Metropolis.
Great story, Lois. No wonder you got a Pulitzer. Thanks, Peter, but I wouldn't have been around to write it if you hadn't saved me from the scarecrows.
Just one of the services of your friendly neighborhood, photojournalist. Listen, I really enjoyed working with you, and I was wondering really, if you'd want to see a movie with me, maybe get some dinner. I thought a nice normal date would be a little sanity in the midst of all this crazy stuff going on.
Well, that's... I'm flattered, Peter, really, but I'm engaged.
To me? Oh, man, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Jeez, you could squash me like a bug, Clark.
No harm done, Peter.
I'm just gonna be going now to the dark room to roll some film, or develop some, or die of embarrassment. Smooth. Yeah, that was just great. My whole universe is depending on Mr. Big Shot Spider-Man to save it, and I'm too busy making a jerk out of myself? The golden light hits Spider-Man. Boy, he disappeared fast once you showed up. Peter's a nice kid, Lois. He just didn't know you and I. Word just came in. The Hulk and some freak named Metallo are bashing each other around downtown. Innocent lives at risk. Property damage. Making it a great story. I want you two on it. Hey, where'd Kent go? Don't worry, Jonah. I'm sure he's on the job already. Clark Kent changes to Superman. The alley. Wait a minute. All this stuff you're telling me? I mean, come on. The two whole universes embodied in these cosmic brothers, or whatever you want to call them, and I'm supposed to be some kind of shard from the two of them? That's why I've been a wanderer all my life? No. I don't believe it. I can't. I'm nothing special, and I don't want to be. You're just some crazy homeless guy, that's all.
Am I? And that's just a cardboard box? It's all true. In your heart, you know it. You feel it. This place is the crux of everything, and you are the key. If anything is to be preserved, you must be the one to do it, Axel Asher. The answer lies within you.
Hey, what are you... The bum grabs Axel's hand. Suddenly, Axel's clothes have been replaced with a flashy costume of red and blue, and now the golden light is bursting from his body. Whoa! What'd you do to me?
Unleash what's inside of you. Each of us chooses the guys best suited to who we are. This is mine. That's yours. I told you, I'm a shard of the brothers just like you. I've been a keeper of the gateway between the two universes. You see it as a box because that's what I want it to be. Might be something different for you. Because you're next in the long succession of keepers. My time's almost up. You have to take the mantle. You have to become the access. Everything's been leading to this moment. Your watch is more crucial than any that have come before. It falls to you to preserve the balance between the two universes.
Yeah, but how do I do that? Lobo faces Wolverine.
Bastard, said you. You call yourself Wolverine? Coming into one of my hangouts for this brawl is your last mistake. This dump, I ain't come here by choice, Lobo. Probably can't even get a decent brew and...
Lobo sinks his hook deep into Wolverine's chest. Wolverine pulls it out.
Anybody mention to you I'm a mutant? Got this healing factor, lets me take a lot of punishment. Almost as much as I dish out. These claws ain't for show. I'll be picking my teeth when I'm done with your bragging. You're messing with the main man. Squash ya. Gut ya.
The two fall behind the bar, fighting. Logan rises and claims the lit cigar on the bar as his prize for victory. Remember, though Lobo is as tough and strong as Superman and Wolverine actually has bone claws in this fight, all he had to do was immobilize him for a second. I figure Lobo was just really drunk for this fight, and maybe he passed out. The writers knew there was really no logical way for this one to play out, but they were tied to the vote count, so they kinda cheated. Outside Fawcett City, Storm faces Wonder Woman. Merely grasping the hammer transformed me. The power courses through me, more power than I ever had as Wonder Woman. The power of a god. If I must fight you in this guise, then so be it. But I warn you, I too have been called a goddess, and the lightning is at my command as well. I am Storm of the X-Men. I was transported here. We are meant to battle, you and I. I fear you've no hope of winning such a contest while I wield this weapon. Perhaps, but I will not yield. I could gain an easy victory, but such a battle would not be fair. Proving she truly is worthy of it, Diana lays down the hammer, and the power of Thor leaves her. We face one another as was intended. I may have given up an advantage, but the victory's still going to be mine. Not while my mutant abilities allow me to control the elements themselves. The skies heed me. At my command, the wind blows itself into a gale. The rain becomes a torrent. We're going to need more than bad weather to best an Amazon champion with the strength of the Greek gods. Diana grabs Storm's ankle and kicks her. No matter how great your strength, it is of no use against the lightning's fury. Yaha! Won't give up. Storm unleashes the fury of nature's lightning on Wonder Woman. Forgive me, sister. Ah! Finally, it becomes too much to withstand. Diana falls and Aurora catches her. Storm has defeated Wonder Woman. Spider-Man faces Superboy. Greenwich Village. No fair! Alright, Spider-Man, where'd you go? Psst, Superboy, up here. You know, if you're not even going to be able to find me, we could be at this all day. Oh, I'll find you, bug boy. Superboy explodes the wall behind Spider-Man. Hey, how'd you do that? Tactile telekinesis. Comes in real handy. Neat trick. So what's your story, kid? You Superman's kid brother? Second cousin? What? I'm a clone. Try to grasp the concept. A clone? Yeah, clone. Hope you don't have a problem getting your butt kicked by one. There's any kicking around here, Junior. Spider-Man spring kicks off the wall, hitting Superboy. Fuck. Ugh. It's my foot in your face. I packed more of a wallet than you expected, right? Comparative strength of a spider will do that. Comparative agility, too. Spider-Man flips down to the ground. Probably not enough of either to beat you slugging it out at close quarters. Soups? Kid? Where are you? The sneaky stuff is supposed to be my gag. No, he's below. What? Superboy comes up from below Spider-Man. Superboy flies at Spider-Man. If I were you, I'd brace for impact. Impact? Funny you should mention that. I got this new gimmick. I'm calling impact webbing. Spidey hits Superboy with his webbing and it wraps around him. He flies directly into an electrical transformer and is knocked out. Spider-Man has defeated Superboy. This is a fair win, too, as at this time Superboy did not have a superhuman resistance to energy attacks such as laser, electricity, or fire. Many of Superman's powers had to be simulated in the cloning process. For example, he also does not have heat vision. This is also why he has tactile telekinesis, though all he can do is make things fly apart by touching them at this point. He also was not cloned from Lex Luthor at this time. His human half came from Paul Westfield, the director of Cadmus. Luthor was later revealed to have switched Westfield's DNA with his own in the early 2000s when Superboy was redefined. Personally, I found him much more interesting this way, before he had just a copy of Superman's power set. And Superman must face the Hulk. Metropolis. You're going to be defeated again, Metallo, just like every other time. Guessing you're the Superman this metal geek's been ranting about. I am, and you're called the Hulk? Actually, I prefer Dr. Banner, or Bruce. I'll destroy you, both of you, Metropolis is my city, Bruce, but thanks for the help protecting it. Here we go again. The light takes Superman and the Hulk. The Grand Canyon. Looks like we've been summoned. It's showtime. We must have been sent here so no innocents would be in danger. Let's just get down to it. The Hulk punches Superman into a mountain. With a punch like that, it's pretty obvious a dose of heat vision isn't going to prove fatal. But I doubt even you can withstand it completely. I can withstand a lot. The Hulk pounds the ground. You'll need to, because I'm not holding back. That's supposed to worry me? The two titans trade blows toe to toe. I'd prefer to consider you a friend, Hulk, but with everything that's at stake, I don't think I can. For me to save my world, my universe, and most of all, the woman I love, I have to put you down. Pow! Superman puts all his strength into a haymaker, clobbering the Hulk into the canyon wall and collapsing it on him. He took everything I had and almost stood up to it. Nothing left now except the waiting. Superman has defeated the Hulk. Batman faces Captain America. Batman melts into the shadows so easily. He's like a part of them. I can't fight what I can't find. Batman leaps from the shadows and kicks Captain America. Before he can touch ground, Cap slams Batman into the wall with his shield. Hydra, Zemo, even the Red Skull. I've never fought against someone with whom I'm so evenly matched. Batman grabs a pipe and kicks Cap back. At least we know we've been on the same side, Captain America. Until now. We're still on the same side. Only the circumstances have pitted us against each other. Another time, I can see us as partners. Fuck. The two trade punches. We've been at it for hours. We could battle for days. We've been at it for hours. We could battle for days and not have a winner until one of us drops from exhaustion. We should be looking for some other option. We weren't given a choice. We have to fight until someone goes down. Billions upon billions of lives hinge upon these battles. We should be trying to find a way to circumvent this and stop these cosmic beings from wiping out one universe or the other. How? If there's no outcome, The entities might well destroy both universes. I know you weren't around then, but back in the 40s, I became Captain America to save the world from the greatest threat it had ever known. That's still what I'm trying to do. We're like rats in a maze, Batman. We have to follow this through to the end. One of the reasons I became Batman is to protect innocence. I suppose this is no different. All right, then. To the end. May the best man... The system being flushed out. Suddenly, a torrent of water gushes from a sewer pipe. Batman and Captain America are both caught by the waves, and Cap goes under. Once Batman surfaces, he goes back and rescues Cap, pulling him to the exit ladder. By the rules of the contest, Batman has defeated Captain America. And this was a good way for the writers to basically call this one a draw while still honoring the vote, as their fighting abilities have been shown to be perfectly even in other meetings. We'll be out of here in a second. You alright? Swallowed some water and took a bump on the head. You're good with that batarang, you called it? But I'm fine, except for coming up short. I lost and maybe doomed an entire universe. We're both still here, so this isn't over yet. What now? I'm not sure. I didn't expect. That box. Do you see that box in the alley? Glowing? One from each universe. They're our chance. We can still save everything. We'll use them. Do what I showed you. Use us? What is he? I don't know if I can. Talking about. Wait, I can feel something. I can. Yes, it's working. Who are you? What are you? What are you doing? Axis touches the two heroes, then they glow with golden light. Axis, hurry! There's no time left! The box won't contain it anymore! We can't keep the brothers from... No! It's happening! The battles are over, and only one universe is being spared, but not the winning universe. One universe is being eliminated, but not the losing universe. The brothers are settling the contest their own way, by coming together, fusing all that they are so they can coexist as one unified being. They're starting everything over again, merging realities, combining universes. They're creating a single universe out of two. But what have they created? Next week, the coming of the Amalgam Universe. DC vs. Marvel is published on a weekly schedule, and instead of the fourth week being issue 4 in the conclusion, the readers were surprised with the Amalgam Age of Comics instead. Shocked is a more appropriate term. No one saw this coming, and this kind of fusion done in an official capacity on this scale had never been seen before, and has never been seen since. This is truly the special thing about DC vs. Marvel, this ultimate collaboration. Here you can see the fusion of the costumes. As an example, I'll explain Super Soldier. He's basically a Steve Rogers, but enhanced with Kryptonian cells from a child who sadly died in his rocket when it landed, so he has Superman's powers, along with an indestructible shield made of the alien metal. He serves a role in World War II similar to Captain America's until he's frozen fighting a superweapon, only to be found and revived in the modern day. I will be doing a separate episode to showcase the Amalgam comics next week. As they do not impact our story, they can safely be left out of this narrative. Well, except for one. He's out there, somewhere, not truly understanding what he is, but carrying the keys to the destruction of everything that exists. I have to stop him. Access runs through the sewers of an unknown world. Abominite, an amalgam of Helgramite and Abomination, surprises him. Abominite attacks him and he reflexively teleports away before he is struck. Dr. Strangefate, the most powerful hero in this world, sends agents to bring access to his tower. What's going on? Who are you? I am Dr. Strangefate. I am the protector of this universe. This universe? What do you mean, this universe? Don't insult me. This will be much easier if we're honest with one another. I know who you are, and whence you came. You've taken the name Access. You are the lone survivor of the two universes that came before the universes from which this one was constructed. And within you, you hold the keys to restoring those universes, thereby destroying my own. All this is known to me, and me alone. How can you know? I am the most powerful entity in this universe. Even before Nabu, the Ancient One, instructed me in the sorcerous arts and granted me this helm. I wield considerable psychic abilities. Your mind is an open book to me, and it is unlike any other that exists in this reality. You do not belong. I mean to preserve this universe and my place in it. The threat you pose must be eliminated.
No! None of this is supposed to exist! Not like this!
Struggle will gain you nothing, not in my sanctum. I am master here. Even your convenient transportational effect will not function within the walls of my tower. Understand, I bear you no malice, but your life must be forfeit in order to ensure the continuation of this reality. I do what is necessary to safeguard my universe, and you are simply a wild card to be cast from the deck. The all-seeing eye gazes to the core of your being, erasing everything that you are, and forever destroying the shards of the previous universes carried within you.
Yeah!
You don't have them, do you? The keys, the shards of what came before.
I never said I did.
This is unforeseen. I didn't expect. I'm not prepared. Where are they? What did you do with them? Hid them someplace. They're not going to be found. And when I get my hands on them, I'm going to put everything back. I'll unzip all this into 2 universes again. Once I figure out how. And you can't do a thing to stop me. Don't take my world apart. Access jumps out the window of Strangefate's tower. Not inside the tower anymore, so I'm never going to control this power. Now would be a good time. A really, really good time. Come on, come, whoop. He teleports before he hits the ground. I failed. I believed myself the protector of this universe. I vowed to preserve it. And I failed. Everything I meant to accomplish by becoming Strangefate, the better world I would create, all gone. I wasn't this universe's savior. Ultimately, I'm nothing more than the man under the mask. Charles Xavier. It's over. I just have to point out that they went all out with the Amalgam Universe, going so far as to print fake letter columns from the audience of the combined universe that would read them, as well as answers from the writers. These letter columns used to accompany almost all comic books. The letters followed the common forms of the time: praise, condemnation, questions, and errors found, as well as references to timelines that don't actually exist in all the Amalgam books, and most of these are quite funny. Due to some sort of scanning error, this issue is slightly red-shifted. Sorry, but coloring errors did appear in the real comics all the time as well. A print version will look better, or possibly another digital version, than the one I got. Dark Claw, the amalgamation of Batman and Wolverine, chases Hyena, the amalgamation of the Joker and Sabretooth, over the rooftops.
Hyena, I'm warning you.
Well now, thanks for the warning, Doc Meat. Luckily for me, warnings ruin your element of surprise, especially when it comes to giving you back your little explosive toys. Darkclaw throws a bomb, and Hyena knocks it away down towards the crowd on the street. The super soldier protects them with his shield. You'll find we still have a surprise or two up our sleeves, Hyena.
Super soldier?
Isn't it fun when they shout your name in fear?
Fear I can relate to. I never quite got the hang of fun.
They fight their meaningless skirmishes, all unknowing of the true war around them. He was wrong. The old Guardian knows now he was wrong. He had thought the merging was the doing of the brothers. It was not. As a result of the wars, one of the universes faced being torn away and hurled into oblivion. And the Cosmic Guardians, the Living Tribunal, and the Spectre are holding it all together. Their last-ditch effort has created a sort of amalgam universe, and the brothers are not happy about it at all.
Where am I?
His mind threatens to shut down. Axel sees the Spectre and the Living Tribunal clasping each other's arms, both preventing the other from being hurled into the void. And then, almost as an act of self-preservation, his power kicks in, and just like that, Axel is
back! I made it! Geez, what happened to you?
All the contests to worry about. A beauty contest ain't one of them. Wasn't fast, kid. I pulled fate's string to get Soldier and Claw nearby, with some help from Spec and the Trib. Now it's up to you. I've done almost everything I could.
But I don't know what I'm doing. I have no control over...
I said I'd done almost everything. Well, here's the rest. Bye, kid. By the way, my name's Morty. Glad we met.
The bum touches Axel one final time, and a burst of light envelops them. What the devil? An explosion? But
silent?
Potential hostage. Hey, Slim, Mr. Potato Head, look over here. Boy, I don't usually have to work this hard to get someone's attention.
Go away.
Huh? What's with the light show? Nuts. Does everybody in this burg have superpower?
Axis teleports Hyena away. You, where the hell is Hyena?
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
It matters to us, son, because we're not the type to let criminals get away.
No, you're not. You're not that type. You're archetypes. And I hid crystal shards in you, fragments of the brothers of reality. The only leftovers from the original universes that created you. It's what Strangefate was looking for.
Stop! What are you doing?
You want to know? Okay. I'm giving Spectre and the Living Tribunal access to the power within you, and we're using it to restore the universes. In other words, let there be light. The Amalgam Universe is split back into the DC and Marvel universes. As quickly, as definitively as it had come together, the universe that was an amalgam of two others blows apart. Axis, a twig caught in a hurricane, is buffeted mercilessly, and he is convinced that the thought currently passing through his head is going to be his last, and frustration overwhelms him, because it's a really lame thought. Not even worth repeating, really. And then, when to his astonishment he does come to a halt, he realizes, the alley, the same freaking alley, so sick of.
What we're sick of is being pawns.
How did we wind up here? Oh, right, it worked. At least partially. We're back to the universes coexisting. Now we can just separate.
First things first, where are the others?
I'm not sure. The Mole Man and his minions are enormously confused, blind by nature, befuddled by circumstances. There is one thing they do understand, and that thing is a challenge.
Mole Man, so you survived this insanity, did you?
That's more of an accomplishment than you will achieve, Hulk. This cave is pleasing to us, and I think you would be well served to leave. Now!
Oh, is that what you think? Well, here's a penny for your thoughts.
The Hulk tips Batman's giant penny over onto the Mole Man attacking the Batcave, and the rest of them dogpile him. Bring forth our greatest weapon!
Ugh, your greatest weapon, a big gun. And here I thought your greatest weapon was your incredible predictability.
Superman crashes through the wall.
Okay, that's more than enough of that. This place happens to belong to an associate of mine, so I'll thank you people to vacate immediately. There's someone I never expected to be happy to see.
Superman blocks the energy weapon before it can hit the Hulk. He shrugs it off easily.
My jaw still aches from our last encounter, but I'll take you over them any day of the week. Superman versus the Mole Man. This should be a short fight.
Well, this is certainly an unfortunate turn of events. Come, my people. Mole Man and his minions retreat into their hole.
Good riddance. Thanks for the assist. Not that I couldn't have handled it myself.
Understood.
Good. So do you have any clue what just happened?
None, but whatever it was, I have a funny feeling it's not over. There was a box there, and a human being. The power left both of them, same way it was drawn out of you, although with less fatal results. What power? This. This is the last trace of it. I wield a small portion, fragment, of the core power of the universes. I stashed it in you two, hid it, when it looked like the universe would be obliterated. Then the bum helped me jump someplace, in between, somewhere where no aspect of the brothers existed. When I re-emerged, I had a demigod sorcerer on my tail, and... Son, do you realize we have no idea what you're talking about?
It may not matter. The fact that we're still here indicates our rather odd status quo has been restored. Our universe is coexisting rather than mashed together.
Does that mean we're still at war? While a universe away, right next door, beings of cosmic proportions compare notes.
The universes are momentarily safe, still distinct, but overlapping. The unleashed energies have placed key players in different environs than before, but it is nothing short of miraculous that they exist at all. We have only delayed the inevitable. The brothers must be reconciled. The brothers must be willing to coexist. The brothers must be angry.
Throughout his existence, the Spectre has been master of many things, space and time, godlike power. But with his comment as to the brother's state of mind, he has mastered something new.
understatement. Power is unleashed that none have ever witnessed, and the Spectre and the Living Tribunal are awed. The two brothers wage an unimaginable battle. Their gigantic flaming swords clash against one another as they express their rage.
I'm giving you notice, Fisk. Lord over the corporate machinations of the Daily Planet all you want. But the moment you start interfering with my people, our people, Perry...
Wait, I've given you notice. Notice, as in, clean out your desk. I take it I've made my point.
You sure have. I can see it clear as day sticking out the top of your skull.
Spider-Man, it's been a while since I've had the opportunity to pit myself against you.
And you're going to have to wait just a bit longer. Superboy steals Spider-Man's limelight, tossing Kingpin into a desk before Spidey can reach him. So what do you think, Porky? Maybe I can convince you to sell the Daily Planet? Like now?
Figures. I owe him one, and again I'm underappreciated.
Nice costume.
Venice. Robin and Jubilee have no idea how they got there, and don't care.
Thanos! Do you truly think to hide from the Lord of Apocalypse? If you are so enamored of death, prepare to embrace her.
Meantime, in Central Park, those who had reluctantly been at each other's throats find sudden and blessed relief in joining forces, however temporary that relief might be. And,
for Odin, for Asgard, stand down and surrender.
The heroes have arrived to put a stop to Darkseid and Thanos' battle.
There's fire in you. I like that. I'll destroy it, but I like it.
Apparently you must have the folly of your resistance emphasized to you. Have at thee, then. Darkseid fires his Omega effect, but Thor blocks the beams with his hammer. 20 blocks away, windows shatter. Storm and the Silver Surfer unleash their powers on Darkseid, while Flash, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern attack Thanos. 10 miles away, zoo animals roar. Darkseid's Omega effect takes out Thor. Half a world away, children wake up screaming. The latter a common occurrence when a battle involves...
Darkseid, do not think I've forgotten you. These oaths are but temporary barriers to our final battle.
My hammer. Where? Here. Thank you. Hold on. How did... And then, finally, it begins. Or more precisely, it ends.
Is what I think is happening?
Aye, the sky is bleeding. We have to stop them.
No way. Didn't you get it? I didn't believe in any kind of god or gods until this. Now you want me to go argue with some? You must be nuts.
You just get us there. We'll do the rest.
Oh, and aren't we, Mr. Confident? All right. Just point those creepy blank eyeballs somewhere else, okay?
I'm gonna regret this. Access transports them. For a moment, Batman and Captain America feel nothing, and then they continue to feel it. And before them, they see exactly as much as their mind will allow them to grasp, something that represents the barest fragment of the reality, or unreality, that faces them. Where in between, it's not a geographic place, it's more a state of consciousness. I don't understand. You know racial memory? Thoughts and fears so ingrained that everyone has them? For that matter, did you ever have deja vu? Well, this is where all that comes from. So it's really happening, but it's all in our minds. For some reason, I'm comfortable with that. Those specks on the swords, are they? Yep, Spectre and the Living Tribunal, trying to hold the brothers back, for all the difference they're making. We have to go back. Form an army. The Spectre's more powerful than 1 billion armies, and you see how he's faring. And you're saying this is all some kind of cosmic state of mind? Basically, yeah. Alright. And we have to change our mind. They are witnessing the end of everything. Their thoughts, their fears, horrors, regrets. They are all private. All save for one, who chooses to give voice to his. A voice that speaks with the hush of a newly dying star, as Thanos says. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. In the unreality of reality that surrounds them, Captain America and Batman leap to intercede. To mortals, they have often seemed more than mortal. Here they are dust motes with attitude. They shout, they demand, they plead, and ultimately, they fail. Ever since humanity was conceived, it has senselessly tried to destroy itself.
And at the last moment, Batman and Cap understand why. For the brothers ultimately seek a similar goal for themselves. The mortal heroes scream as their very cores are rent asunder and their lives flash before their eyes. And as it happens, before the eyes of the brothers as well. And they see a child witnessing his parents gunned down, swearing vengeance, unselfishly devoting his life to protecting those who cannot protect themselves. From the nothingness of a blighted soul, he fashioned a dark guardian and joined others in battle. He became one among many, but remained forever unique. And they see a young man with willing spirit and weak flesh, subjecting himself to experiments so he can fight against a great evil. A man whose battle carries him across decades to a harsh, cynical world that needed him even more and was even less willing to admit it. He found new enemies and new allies. He became one among many, but remained forever unique. And the brothers look at each other, as if truly seeing each other for the first time. Centuries, eons pass, as the brothers come to the slow realization that they who encompass the whole of reality have become smaller than the smallest of their components. And a billion years hence, the brothers, for the first time in recorded and unrecorded history, speak, and they say the same thing. You've done well. A billion years have rolled back upon themselves. The status quo has been restored. The universes are separate once more. The super beings of both worlds do not fully understand what has happened. Some do not care, mourning their losses rather than celebrating their salvation. Some who have had congress with gods seek answers. Some who are gods have none to give. Some who consider themselves rulers muse how limited their kingdoms are. And two have a faint glimmering of the truth and are humbled by it. And there is one who knows the whole truth. The truth of the brothers' realization that their creations had surpassed the creators themselves. That truth, and many more besides, he knows and rejects it all, for he has always considered himself a seeker of truth, and if he has found it, then his life no longer has purpose. So he rejects the prize in favor of the quest, for his is the power of access, and universes beckon. And when universes beckon, which of us could say no? The end. So, the greatest battle of two universes ever waged ends with a message of unity and mutual respect. I desperately urge every one of you to keep that in mind the next time you wanted to get into an argument online about your favorite company or franchise, what have you. Everyone loves a healthy debate. It's always been an integral part of the fandom. But once you start getting angry or start seeking to denigrate your opponent rather than to showcase what's great about your own side, you might be going towards the dark side, so to speak. My humble advice, take it or leave it. But these two companies need each other. They always have, and they always will. Just the fact that there is a choice rather than a monopoly makes the entire industry more appealing in every medium. Of course they want to get ahead of each other, but they never want to put the other guy out of business. All I'm saying is, neither should you. Anyway, the story of Access continues in two miniseries, one published by each company, and both series are split pretty evenly between both universes, as Access not only pulls in big-name guest star heroes to help him corral out-of-place villains, he also discovers he can make amalgams of characters within either universe. This wasn't the end for the Amalgam Universe either, as the second miniseries also came with another round of Amalgam comics, most involving new characters, but also returning to some favorites from the first round. And Dr. Strangefate pled his case to the cosmic powers that be, and Access managed to give him a microscopic copy of the old Amalgam Universe that could live on, using just a fragment of each universe to create it. They've never returned to it since the 90s that I know of, but theoretically it could come back into publication anytime they want. As I said, an episode showcasing several of my favorite amalgams will be coming soon. Maybe next week, in 2 weeks for sure, as I don't know how big it's going to be yet. Till next time, thanks for watching.